From the News Channel 5 Network, this is OpenLine.
Well, good evening and welcome into OpenLine. I'm Chuck Long. I'll be here with you for the next hour. Looking forward to tonight's show. As always on OpenLine, it's your forum. The number for you to call in when you have questions or comment is 737-7587. And tonight we're talking about a brand new program in Tennessee. It's called Tennessee Reconnect. If you are out there thinking, I would love to get my degree, I would love to go back and study and apply that to different technology applications out there. This program for you tonight is something that you're going to want to call in. Like I said, questions, comments. Very happy to have Carol Puryear with us this evening. Great to have you, Carol.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, so this is a new, and I just wanted to read this. Tennessee Reconnect program, a program that gives adults the opportunity to go to technical college for free.
Yes.
So that is somewhat of a big headline.
That is huge. Free gets a lot of attention.
It really does. And the governor is behind this. He is big on this program. So tell me a little bit about the program.
Okay. The Tennessee Reconnect program is a program that was just passed by the legislature and, of course, the governor's push with the Drive to 55. And the program is going to allow adults the opportunity to come back to school tuition free. So if they've always wanted to go to school but just didn't have the opportunity or didn't have the funds, this is a program that's going to be able to make that happen for them. And I really encourage folks to get involved because education is so important.
Well, it is, and I think, a lot of times what happens is you get into the workforce and you start a family, or a number of other situations happen, and you think, I just don't have time to go back to school. I can't make time. So kind of how did this program evolve and come to be that it is starting this year?
Okay. Well, when the governor took a look and the legislators took a look at Tennessee in general and wanted to increase our credentials and diplomas and those sorts of things with Tennesseans, we have about 900,000 to 1 million adult students in the state of Tennessee that have some form of post-secondary education, but no degree or diploma or technical certificate. And of course you've heard of the Drive to 55, where in 2025 the goal is to have 55% of all Tennesseans to have some type of higher education credential. And so we can't do that with just new students coming in. We've got to turn to the adult students and help them come back to school. And you're exactly right that usually they can't figure out how to manage the time to come back, but more than anything, it's usually the money. Trying to find the funds. If you're raising a family and you're trying to make ends meet and you have children or you don't have children, you have aging parents, you have all kinds of things going on, car notes and truck notes and those sorts of things, it's hard for people to figure out how they can come back. So this legislation and this program that has been passed is going to take that away from people. So it's taking the money issue away. That can't be an excuse anymore. And
how does someone get in touch with your program to see if they might be eligible for this? Okay. The good thing about the Tennessee Reconnect is that if you have lived in the state of Tennessee for at least 1 year and you complete what's known as a FAFSA, which in our academic world is what you fill out for your financial aid, and every student will fill that out. If you're deemed as an independent student, you're able to apply for the Reconnect, and that's going to be able to allow you to receive the free tuition. And as far as I know, that some of the numbers that we were looking, Tennessee has between 900,000 and 1 million adults with some college but no degree. It's impossible to achieve the mission of the Drive to 55 without re-engaging these adult students, which is one of the things that you were talking about. Kind of how do you get the word out to them? I mean, obviously on the show tonight is one way that we can do that. Certainly, and the governor's office and Tennessee Reconnect and different companies have stepped up to develop a marketing plan. The program started actually in April trying to recruit, I guess is the right word to use, students to become in the program. We've had kickoffs at all 27 of our campuses. There have been press releases, commercials, all kinds of things to try to get the word out. I'm notorious for talking to people at fast food restaurants, dry cleaners, and anywhere where I see folks that are interested in going back to school but just need the information. But any adult that's out there today that wants to go back to school, they're welcome to call any of our campuses
or go to our a number at our central office here in Nashville, which is 615-366-4405. And a young lady named Sheila will help them and answer their questions, and we can get them in touch with the closest local campus that they have.
Okay, we had that number up for them, so that will help. Now, if someone is just tuning in, and again, of course, this is OpenLine, this is your forum. If you have questions or comments, if you've been thinking about going back to school, how you would do it. You have kids now, you're in the workforce, and you're thinking, how do I make time? Is it affordable? All of these kinds of questions. Give us a call at our number at 737-7587. Questions, comments. Carol Puryear is telling us about this program that was just started. You guys just started, as you were saying, in April.
As far as for the recruitment, this will be our first fall to enroll students under Reconnect, and so we're real excited.
And like, if someone is out there and thinking of you know, the time that's going to be involved. I mean, you said you have 27 campuses that will be eligible for people to actually go to. But what kind of time commitment? I mean, is it an every night kind of core, or are they all different?
Well, the neat thing about the Tennessee Colleges of Applied Technologies, we're totally different than most people think when they think about college.
Right.
Our students choose a program area in one of the 6 areas that we offer programs in, either advanced manufacturing, personal services, allied health, transportation, construction, and I'm trying real hard to think, business type programs.
Right.
And so they choose that, and then they decide if they want to go part-time or full-time. A full-time student for us means that a student will go to school from maybe 7:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon, 5 days a week. We also have a lot of programs that will be offered at night. We have a program that's offered online. So there's all types of options. We've got campuses that, because of the Reconnect program and to better meet the needs of the community, they're going to be offering afternoon type programs. So it's really, we've got a lot of opportunities for people to come back and see. And the main thing is to make that first phone call and to get the information.
And again, if someone is out there watching this evening and they're thinking, you know, that it would be great to study one of these areas, advanced manufacturing, as you were saying, architecture and construction, transportation, business, allied health, personal services, and they're thinking, what is involved in applying for that grant? Because these grants, what do the grants make possible?
Okay, well, to apply for the grant, the first thing they need to do is to, I think, contact the institution, because the information that they'll be completing that's required is called a FAFSA, and that's the federal application for student assistance to go back to any type of college. A lot of times we call that the Pell Grant. I think a lot of people are familiar with that term, and so they fill that form out, and then they'll talk with their counselor at the school. Every campus has a Reconnect counselor, and they also have a student services counselor that can help direct the student in the right direction. And they'll talk about those options. They'll talk about whether they should be full-time, whether they should be part-time, and exactly what those programs mean. If they want to be a welder, then if that's a one-year program, they'll figure out the best way to do that.
Okay, and when you say contact, that number that you were giving us a little bit earlier, and we will have that for you too. I know we showed it a little bit earlier. We'll also have the website that you can go to for more information as well. Right now, though, we are going to our phone lines, and Michelle is with us right now. So, Michelle, thanks for calling in. Do you have a question or a comment for Carol about Tennessee Reconnect?
Yes. What I wanted to find out is I've got student loans in default, therefore they won't let me go back to school. So I was wondering if that would work for somebody like me.
Oh, Michelle, that is a great question, and our financial aid people will know that answer right off the top of their head. Please give, where do you live, Michelle?
I live in Nashville.
Okay, I'll give you their school number. How's that? It's 615-366-4555. And call that number and ask for a lady named Charlene, and she is the expert there that will be able to walk you through the financial aid. I apologize, I don't know exactly how that works with those particular items.
Well, I tell you, that's the kind of service, though, that I think people are looking for. Michelle calls in, asks, and you just have a number for her to call. That's awesome.
Okay, great.
So, Michelle, call that number and find out that way.
And if you can't find out that number, please call the number on the screen, Michelle, and I'll get you some email addresses and things like that for you. But we can get that question question answered.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
And Michelle, just to let you know too, I want to make sure that I find this. If you need to contact them at the website, you can go to Tennessee Reconnect, and that's tnreconnect.gov. TNRECONNECT.gov. So you can go to the website too if you need any more information.
Thank you.
You bet. Have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Thanks so much. All right. So again, a lot of questions that do come into play when you're doing this. What if you have a degree already? Are you able, and you want to be trained in another area? Are you able to apply here?
That's the great thing. With Reconnecting, it's just starting this fall. Everyone's able to do that. Every Tennessean will be able to go for one Reconnect grant. So if you haven't had the grant, which of course no one has, you'll be able to apply for it.
Oh, that is terrific. So again, if you are just tuning in, this is a great new program, Tennessee Reconnect. Carol, and I would like you to go ahead and just explain, because I know as people come in and come out and that sort of thing, tell us kind of in a nutshell, Tennessee Reconnect, and then we're going to talk about some of the areas that they can actually go for the study.
Okay, it is a program to assist adults coming back to school tuition-free at the Tennessee Colleges of Applied Technology.
And how many are there?
We have 27 main campuses from Memphis to Elizabethton. So we go all over the state, and then also many of our campuses, including the campus here in Nashville, has an off-campus site in Portland, Tennessee, Springfield, and in Wilson County as well.
Which that was one of my questions too, the fact that these 27 campuses are spread throughout the state.
Yes, and then they have satellite campuses.
So that helps too. Now, what about, now you were saying that some of these campuses you would go possibly 5 times a week, some you can study online. Are there, advanced manufacturing, architecture, transportation, business, allied health, personal services? Can you go online for any of them, or does that just depend on the particular program?
Right now, we're working on that, but right now, the only program that's available online 100% is the Administrative Office Technology program. And that's a program that teaches you basically how to work in an office setting. And which is a very popular program, which honestly on our Reconnect, when they did the interest applications, that was one of the most popular programs we had.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I tell you what, we are going to take a break right now. When we come back, we will take more of your calls here on Open Line. We're talking about a great new program called Tennessee Reconnect, a way that you can actually go back to school, and they're going to help you with all of the questions that you have concerning that. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back after this on Open Line.